Yo, what is going on YouTube? It is your boy GZTV, and in this video we are going to be recapping the wild card round of the playoffs. Obviously, I did like a little playoff predictions video, so as we go through, I am going to it is halftime of the Eagles and Buccaneers. That game isn't quite over yet, so later tonight I will be talking about that. Well, obviously, I'm just going to put it all on a video and give it out to you guys tomorrow, but let's get into it. Let's just get into the games. Pretty disappointing weekend of wild card games. There's only really been one good game, and we'll get to that. So, yeah, let's go. So the first game we have was from Saturday. There were two games every day. The Bills game had to get moved to today, so it worked out perfectly because we had two games every single day for MLK weekend. Browns and Texans, man, the 4 and 5 matchup. This was a complete coin toss. Like, I wasn't really sure who was going to win this game. I just kind of threw a prediction out there, and it turned out to be wrong. So yeah, CJ Stroud becomes the youngest QB to win a playoff game as the Texans beat the Browns by 31. I might have to get his jersey this year. I mean, he is ridiculous. I know I sound like a damn bandwagon, but my goodness. As the games get bigger, CJ Stroud just keeps getting better, and he looks better and better and better, more amazing. I mean, the guy went 16 for 21, 274 yards, 3 touchdowns. Joe Flacco, not great. 34 for 46. He threw for a touchdown, but he had 2 pick sixes thrown. There were a decent amount of picks thrown this weekend for some playoff football. I don't know. Kareem Hunt got in the end zone. Devin Singletary had a solid game, 13 carries, 66 yards, and a tutty. David Njoku despite the loss, showed this game why he's one of the best tight ends in the NFL. 7 catches for 93. And you get Nico Collins, who's an amazing up-and-coming receiver. I say it time in and time out. 6 catches, 96 yards, and a touchdown. That guy is a beast. That's a guy to invest some stock in. Like, if you want to buy some rookie cards from him, go do it, man. Like, this dude's gonna be a beast in the NFL. He's gonna have a great career, and this is gonna be I wouldn't say the Texans are gonna have a dynasty, but they're gonna be a really good franchise moving forward. Like, I think they will consistently make the playoffs. So, yeah, let's move on. So that game put me at 0 for 1, and now we're going 0 for 2 because I don't know what the hell I was thinking here, picking the Dolphins over the Chiefs, but it just didn't work out. Patrick Mahomes leads the Chiefs to a 19-point playoff win over the Dolphins in near record low temps. This was a super duper cold game. It was so cold that Patrick Mahomes' helmet shattered on a hit. Like, that's crazy. Like, the materials on his helmet literally got so brittle that it just broke off. Andy Reid's mustache froze on the sideline. Fans and players alike huddled together. It was a crazy atmosphere, and it's a really cool atmosphere to see in a playoff game, like, no pun intended. Obviously, we see it out. Like, anytime the Packers get home field advantage, we see it there every year. So it's kind of crazy to see it in a place like KC. But, Pacheco and Patrick Mahomes, nice trick plays. Obviously, Taylor Swift, I guess I have to kind of acknowledge that. It's literally like an elephant in the room. Christian Wilkins had a terrible roughing the passer penalty. Yeah, the helmet chipped. Yeah, dude, Tua, man, he just cannot perform in big moments. It's not like he played extremely dog shit, but I mean, 20 for 39. He threw for a touchdown. He threw a pick, and it was a dumb pick. And I mean, he got cooked by Pat Mahomes. 23 for 41, 262 yards and a touchdown. That's a way better performance. And Isaiah Pacheco played good. He got a touchdown. Tyreek Hill, 5 catches, 62 yards and a touchdown. He continues to be consistent, but there they go. They're going to Cancun, and Tyreek Hill admitted that. But Rashee Rice, man, rookies are taking over this year in the playoffs. This is insane. CJ Stroud, and now Rashee Rice goes for 8 catches, 130 yards, and a touchdown. He went absolutely insane. He had an insane performance. So, yeah, shout out to the Chiefs. I thought the Dolphins had the edge here, given what the Chiefs have been struggling with this season, but hey, shout out to the Chiefs, I guess. And this game put me at 0-3, and honestly, in a good way though, because my freaking Packers went out there and played one of the best games they've played in probably 2 or 3 years. This was insane. I could not believe this, you know. Dude, I was kind of nervous, you know. I was confident we could have kept it close with the Cowboys. Like, I didn't think we'd get extremely smoked and, like, get thrown out of a chance of winning the game early, but I didn't think we would throw them out of a chance of winning the game early. It's crazy. Jordan Love and the Packers pull a wild card stunner. beating Dak Prescott and the Cowboys by 16. I have a couple friends from college that are Cowboys fans, and I'm a Packers fan, so there's a funny little thing there. Aaron Jones, Aaron Jones grew up idolizing Emmitt Smith and the Dallas Cowboys, and now here he is just taking over. What a game from those two players. Jeez, dude. This was an insane game. Our defense played good, even though there's a little stat padding at the end from Dak. We don't really count it. I mean, we were literally winning by 32 at a point, so the scoreboard doesn't even really tell the whole story. Yeah, Packers dismantled the Cowboys. This was bad. People are watching this like, are you kidding me? Like, what is going on? Dots after dots after dots from Jordan Love. Aaron Jones, touchdown after touchdown. Obviously, Jake Ferguson played a pretty good game, but Darnell Savage had a pick six. Dak Prescott, what are you doing? I mean, 41 for 60. He threw for 3 touchdowns, but he also had 2 interceptions. What a damn stat pattern. What? Shame on you. That's so shameful. And meanwhile, you're getting cooked by Jordan Love. 16 for 21, 272 yards, 3 touchdowns. What more is there to say? Aaron Jones, 21 carries, 118 yards, 3 touchdowns. This offense was firing on all cylinders. Romeo Doubs, 6 catches, 151 yards, and a touchdown. That's a second-year player, Tony Pollard got in the end zone. Shout out to him. CeeDee Lamb had 9 catches for 110 yards. Shout out to him. But my goodness, Cowboys, this is not your year. It never is your year. It hasn't been your year for damn near 30 years. So why do you keep saying it? It's the definition of insanity at this point. I just don't understand how you possibly think that you can win a Super Bowl in this league right now, because you can't. You wouldn't have beat the Niners. You probably wouldn't have and if you beat the Niners, you wouldn't have beat the Ravens. It is what it is, man. I don't. It is ridiculous, bro. I could not believe it. I'm obviously happy as a Packers fan, but I was just so in shock at what I was watching. I'm not going to rush, but I'm going to kind of hurry up a little bit because the Eagles-Bucks is starting in second half, and it's actually a pretty good game. But this was the game I knew was going to be good for the weekend. It was a really good storyline, too good of a storyline to mess it up. The scriptwriters just had to cook here. We had the Rams and the Lions. And yeah, Jared Goff leads the Lions to their first playoff win in 32 years. They win by 1 over Matthew Stafford and the Rams. Obviously, that whole QB trade thing was the talk of the town for this game. Yeah, Jared Goff lifted his arms in the air, encouraging Ford Field fans to get even louder before taking the final snap to end his long-suffering franchise's skid in the playoffs. And obviously, he's had some pretty solid experience in the playoffs, with the Rams. But it's really cool to be, the franchise guy for the Lions and, secure a spot there and be able to win a playoff when they haven't been able, or playoff game when they haven't been able to do it for more than 3 decades. But yeah, this is their first playoff win since 1991. Huge game. That's it, man. Amon-Ra St. Brown's first down. The Lions announcers were hyped. The city was hyped. It was a really cool moment for the Detroit Lions and for the city of Detroit. Because let's be honest, they're a super poverty city. As big of a city they are, they should not be this bad at sports. But I don't know, man. That's crazy. Stafford's pass to Nakua fell incomplete late in the game. That was crazy. Tutu Atwell had a touchdown. Yeah, Laporta's insane, though. No one gives Laporta enough credit. He is the best tight end in the league. I don't care what anyone says. Give credit to Matthew Stafford, though. 25 for 36, 367 yards with 2 touchdowns it's a fine performance. But Jared Goff, man, 22 for 27, 277 yards and a touchdown. He was on one. Great game for him. David Montgomery got in the end zone. Puka Nacua, again, another rookie taking over the game. Man, dude, it's crazy. Puka Nacua, 9 catches, 181 yards and a touchdown. They didn't win, and this makes me 0 for 4 because I thought the Rams would be able to upset. But my goodness, what a game. He's going to have an amazing career. I'm looking forward to him. Obviously, Amon-Ra St. Brown played great. 7 catches for 110. Yeah, we have one more game to talk about, and then obviously the Eagles and Bills is going to wrap up later tonight, so I'm going to get out there and watch that game. The final game that I can actually talk about at the moment, because again, the Eagles game is going on, is the Steelers and the Bills. It's not that I don't care about this game, that this game doesn't matter. It's obviously the playoffs, but this is the game that I cared the least for out of the playoffs. But hey, we're 1-5 now. The Bills got it done for me. And yeah, huge. But Josh Allen and the Bills shake off Mother Nature and the Steelers in a 14-point playoff win. Great game. Josh Allen threw 3 touchdown passes and scored on a franchise playoff record 52-yard touchdown run, and the Bills beat the Steelers today. There was the whole weather thing. It was still really snowy when people got to the stadium, so there were some interesting storylines there. Yeah, a lot of escape tackles. Like Khalil Shakir played good. He's nice, man. Josh Allen scored 4 touchdowns. Played great. Obviously, there's a lot of frustration from the Steelers side of things, but you are the 7th seed. You can't be too mad. You finished the season 10-7 when no one expected you to do that. George Pickens was super frustrated. The Steelers got in the end zone and the Bills were like throwing snowballs at them. That was a funny moment. That's something of the elements that you can kind of say. Calvin Austin III had a touchdown. I don't really know who that is, but cool. I have a friend that's a Steelers. I have a couple friends that are Steelers fans, but you can't be too mad at this. I mean, really. Mason Rudolph didn't even play that bad. 22 for 39, 229 yards. He threw for 2 touchdowns. He did throw a pick, and obviously a game without a Josh Allen turnover is kind of crazy, to be honest with you. Yeah, it is what it is. Josh Allen, 21 for 30, threw for 3 touchdowns. It was the battle of the tight ends. Pat Freiermuth had 5 catches for 76. You get Dalton Kincaid going out there, 3 catches for 59 and a touchdown. Shout out to the Bills. We're 1 for 5. As it stands right now, it's looking like we might be 1 for 6 in the wild card, which is terrible because the Buccaneers are beating the Eagles. I'll see you after the game. You never know what could happen. Well, we're back after that Monday night game, sorry. And my goodness, I can't believe I only got one division matchup right. That is insane. We're here to talk about the Eagles and the Buccaneers. Baker Mayfield throws for 337 yards and 3 touchdowns to lead the Buccaneers to a 23-point NFC wildcard win over the Eagles. All Baker Mayfield and the resurgent Tampa Bay Buccaneers wanted was an opportunity to make some noise in the playoffs. And there's all sorts of different teams we didn't expect making noise in the playoffs already. I mean, the Texans, the Packers, the Buccaneers. It's going to be a fun playoff. So, yeah. Baker Mayfield, huge performance. Darius Slay got carted off. Hopefully he's good for next year. I don't know if he's going to plan on retiring anytime soon. I mean, he's been in the NFL for a little bit. He won't retire, but yeah. That crazy jump ball pass from Mayfield, that just signified how bad the Eagles were playing. The fact that they didn't get that. Yeah, I mean, huge 4th down stops from the Bucs, time and time again. Hurts kind of had a couple bad decision-making moments where he was in the end zone and literally chucked it last second and got a grounding call. Yeah, it was super unfortunate. I mean, Jalen Hurts didn't play terrible. 25 for 35, 250 yards and a touchdown. You can't really say he played terrible. It's just great game for Baker Mayfield. 22 for 36, 337 yards, 3 touchdowns. Absolutely phenomenal. Pretty good stuff from the receivers. Cade Otton had 8 catches for 89, while Devontae Smith, I mean, he put it all out on the field there. I mean, there's really not much more to say. 8 catches, 148 yards. He had a great performance. It's just the Eagles couldn't get it done. I have a friend that's an Eagles fan, so it's kind of unfortunate. But, yeah, looking at next week, I mean, these are all really good pretty good games. I mean, especially Chiefs-Bills. I'm super excited about that. But we play the Niners. I'm not too hyped. Ravens should be able to handle the Texans, and I think the Niners will beat the Packers. But I don't know. Lions, Buccaneers, who knows who's winning that? And I think the Bills can beat the Chiefs. We'll have to see, man. It's going to be interesting. But after, every single week up into the Super Bowl, we're almost done with the year. So it's getting crazy. The stakes are getting higher and higher. Do I have sweat in my hair? Salt? I don't know what's going on there. Sorry. If I have a little skin flakes and I look dirty, I apologize. I'm a clean person. But leave a like, comment, subscribe. As always, it has been your boy GZTV. I don't know if they're going to cancel my school tomorrow, but if they do, I'm sure as hell going to have a lot more time to do other stuff. Yeah, I don't really have much to say. Have a good rest of your guys' night, day, whenever you're watching this. I'm going to get this posted tomorrow morning. Peace.